I'd like Soloman to actually address a very important foundational point of how they verify content and make sure that not only is it free of illegal and exploitive material, but how they continue to moderate every single piece of content.
Okay, so it is moderated, you're saying. Like, in other words, there's somebody that's, or something, I don't know if it's AI that does it, or is there like keywords or certain keystrokes that like alert you? I'm not sure how that works, but.
Sure. Well, why don't we talk about it?
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to be able to say our platform is safe. Our platform is among the safest online platforms in the world. That doesn't mean much if you can't back it up with the reality. So let's talk about that a little bit, right? I'll start with the uploader side because obviously a major concern for anyone who cares about the safety of the vulnerable is ensuring that all content that is available to the public, that is posted to the platform, is made by of age consenting adults who are consenting to the acts that are depicted, who are consenting to the recording of it, and then who are consenting to the sharing of it. So how do you confirm that? And I'm going to tell you something. We are right now the only free video sharing platform on the planet that requires age ID and consent verification for every single person depicted in uploaded content. So it is impossible to upload content. We're not YouTube. We're not Vimeo. We're not Facebook. You can't just create an account and start uploading. In order to upload content, you need to be a verified uploader. That means that we have verified that your government ID is legitimate, that your face matches the government ID, and that you, that is the uploader, is a real person by submitting to what we call a liveness scan, where you move your face around and it ensures that you're a real person, not just a screen capture. Okay. That is then verified by a moderator, an actual person. So first AI and then a moderator. We're big believers, and I know this is sort of contrary to the trend right now as we see big social media companies cutting their trust and safety staffs and budgets. We're of the view that humans are required for this. We use AI to support humans. So to give you an idea, we're a company, ALO is a company of about, and ALO is the parent company of Pornhub and other platforms, and that's what we own. Company of about 1,500 people. A full 20% of that workforce work exclusively in trust and safety. That's a massive investment, right? We have moderators who work 24/7, obviously in shifts, to moderate this content and verify identity. So first of all, you have identity verification. The second step, once we have verified the identity and you are given permission to post, nothing goes live immediately. Once again, we're not Facebook, we're not YouTube. You can't just post. Every single piece of content is scanned first by, I think we're up to about 12 AI tools now, looking for matches with known child sex abuse material from databases from organizations all around the world, including in the United States. We subscribe to any database that we possibly can, including our own in-house tools. But every piece of content is reviewed by a moderator, ensuring that the identity of the people match the identity on file, to ensure that the acts depicted in the content, this is going to come as a big surprise to you, okay? Most people think, as long as it's adult, anything goes. And it couldn't be further from the truth. There are many things that we won't allow, even though they're totally fictional and consensual and it's just acting. We won't allow it. We don't allow depictions, for example, of serious violence that appear likely to cause bodily injury or death. We don't allow people to pretend to be drunk. We don't allow people to pretend to be blackmailing each other. We don't allow people to be pretending to be engaging in non-consensual activity, even if it's totally consensual. Our platform is just not a place for that. We don't allow people role-playing as minors. We don't allow people role-playing as real relatives. So we have many, many of these safeguards that are all done in the moderation process. And that costs a lot of money. It's expensive. But to us, it's an investment that's well worth it. Because we have a responsibility to keep that platform safe. And it's, one of our roles as investors is to support that investment and to ensure that quite apart from, cutting that, we're actually enhancing those capabilities and that workforce. So that is on like ensuring the content is safe, of age, consensual, legal, etc. And it took a lot to get there. If you would ask a performer 5 years ago to give their real ID to a porn website, they would have probably looked at you like you were crazy. It just wasn't done. We had to build that trust with our community. And it's, Kim talks about people who critique the platform. I am so open to criticism. I want to hear feedback. But it's one thing to sort of sling mud anonymously or with a platform on Twitter, and another thing to sit down and collaborate with us. Like, I go to law enforcement conferences. I went to the largest counter internet child exploitation conference in Canada. I spoke to an audience of 400 police officers and prosecutors. I want to hear from the experts as to where the issues are. And by the way, that audience was blown away by what we're doing in terms of trust and safety. And I just scratched the surface in terms of how we keep people safe. But we want to engage proactively, and you only do that with dialogue. So that's sort of a bit of an overview in terms of keeping the platform safe. Now,